Comment down below and tell me how this makes you feel. Government-owned grocery stores. Does that give you the feel-goods at night? Does that help you sleep? My name is Justin. This is Built on Faith Homestead or Leaving Egypt, depending on which video platform you prefer to watch your content on. Let's discuss this in this video today.
I once was lost, oh, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Alright, so first thing, what you're hearing in the background is a chicken yelling at a goat. That is what you're hearing in the background. So let's discuss these government-owned grocery stores. How do they kind of come about? Well, they come about because certain areas in the country has decided, you know what, we're not going to prosecute people if they steal less than a considerable amount of money from a grocery store or any sort of store, right? And I don't remember the exact number, but for discussion's sake, let's say $1,000. Now, if the citizens are told you can steal $1,000 worth of stuff and we won't prosecute you, do you really think people are going to go, man, that's really nice of you guys, we just won't steal no more? No, that's not what happens, right? Is everybody then begins to steal $1,000 worth of stuff because, well, you know, nobody's prosecuting me. Well, then these grocery stores, and other stores, they can't make money because everybody's stealing from them and nobody's being prosecuted, and so they're losing money every single month and every single year, and eventually they pull their store out because as a business it's just not wise to keep going when it's not profitable at all. And then what happens? Well, what happens is people in these local areas, well, now where do you buy your groceries? You got to drive forever away to get anywhere where you can buy groceries because everyone has robbed literally the finances out from underneath these businesses and they can no longer stay in business, so now you got to drive forever away to get groceries. Well, the government has said, you know what, it's maybe better that we just go into these same areas and we open up our own grocery store. Think about the policies that made that happen. Do you really think there's not a plan involved here? Do you really think that they are just kind of blindly floating through life? No doubt some of them are, but not all of them. Not all of these people are just floating through life, right? You ever seen those bumpers at a bowling alley, right, that keep the ball from going? Not all of them are doing that, right? It's almost as if there was a plan. Think about the implications that if you do not comply with the government, if you are not on the government's good graces, maybe if you, like China and their social credit score, maybe if you make YouTube videos saying that, hey, I don't think this is a good idea, well, maybe you just can't go get your groceries. Or maybe because you don't have a doohickey passport. If you're not familiar with my channel, doohickey is a substitute word for something that rhymes with vacation. Right, but if you don't have a doohickey passport, well, you just can't get your groceries. We're not forcing you to get a doohickey passport. We're just saying without it, you can't buy food. We're just saying without it, you can't sell your goods. Almost like you can't buy or sell without a doohickey passport or without a potential mark of the beast that the Bible says will come. Do you understand that none of this, it's not just because people are blindly floating through life. Like, there is a plan involved. And not only is there a plan involved, the Bible tells us what that plan would be. That these things would come about. It is our job to, yes, stand against it and be ready to face the persecution for standing against it. But it is our job also to call it out, to know what it is, to draw people to Christ, to let people know that the Bible predicts these types of things. Now, does the Bible say that the government's going to own grocery stores? Well, not in those words exactly. But it does say that there will be a mark of the beast system that you cannot buy or sell without taking part of. And if the government can get control of literally everything, of groceries, something as simple as groceries, if they can get complete control of that, and they can decide who's buying and who's not, well then, are we really that far away from a mark of the beast system? Because how long before they decide, you know what, you have to have a government issued card to buy groceries there? Or how long before they say, you know what, people are stealing and we got to have one of those things at the door that scans everything as soon as you walk in, as soon as you walk out. But we also need you to have a digital ID that's tied to your bank account and tied to your everything, right? Your health records to make sure you're not buying medicine that's bad for you. make sure you're not buying ibuprofen or Tylenol that you really don't need, or maybe you went in there and you bought some fish mocks at the store. Oh yeah, they're alcohol and that stuff. You know, the amoxicillin that is just for pet tanks only. Comes in a little pill, and it's only for fish tanks. That's all it's used for, people. That's it. Look into it a little bit. So, how long before they say, you know what, we can't have people doing that? We have to have a digital ID where everybody is tied to this and their banking account's tied to it, because we're losing money every month, right? Where we're going to lose money and nobody's going to be able to buy groceries, and we're going to have to shut down. So what would be better is if we put in this system where you have to have a digital ID tied to it. You carry it on your person. It has to be a thing that can't be stolen. It has to be a thing that is maybe implanted inside of you, so that nobody can hack it or rob it or steal it from you, and everyone has to have it to get groceries. Do you see the direction this is headed? My name is Justin. This has been Built on Faith Homestead, or Leaving Egypt. Once again, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you on the next video.